So in this video, I thought I'd show you how I wrap gifts. So I'm going to bring the camera in just a little bit closer so you can kind of see more of what I'm doing. So I have my gift and the wrapping paper. Now, before anybody laughs about me giving somebody a toothbrush for Christmas, it's going to somebody that I'm close to, and it's not meant as a bad thing. I think they've wanted an electric toothbrush, but haven't kind of splurged and gotten one for themselves, so I thought that this would be a fun gift because, you know, it's something that I think they would enjoy and is something that they wouldn't normally probably get for themselves. So I'm gonna line up my gift so that the paper comes up a little more than halfway up the side. So on this side, I want it to go up the box the same amount. So I'm just going to cut that. So now on both sides, we have enough paper to go up a little over halfway the side of the box. So then I'm going to turn it and wrap the paper around. Now I want to make sure that there's enough to overlap just a little bit. So this is almost if it were to be perfect, so I'm going to cut the paper right around in here so that there's a little bit of overlap. And then the leftover paper I'm going to hold on to and use for another small gift. So here we have our tiny piece of wrapping paper. So the next thing I'm going to need is tape. So I have my tape right here. If you don't want the tape to show on the outside of the gift, some wrapping papers show off the tape more than others, you can always use double-sided tape underneath to secure rather than on top. So I'm just going to place it like this. I usually use tape to secure the wrapping paper to the gift, but if you're wrapping a book and you don't want the tape to ruin the book cover, you can always just hold this tight and then wrap this around. But this I find is the easiest way to get it really tight. So I just secured it in one spot, and you don't need too much tape. And then I'm gonna push the gift, but not too hard to rip the paper. This paper isn't very delicate, but some paper is. And then I'm just gonna pull and then use some tape to secure this in place. And for this part, I do use a few pieces to make sure that it is held in place nice. Okay, so this is what we have yet so far. Now, this is kind of the bottom of the gift because this is where the seam is. So continuing, I'm going to fold this down and tape it. So I'm pulling it tight, and then I'm just going to secure it to the gift. And then I'm just gonna crease that, and then fold this in, pulling it tight to get a nice corner. That's held in place, and then we do the same to the other side. So pulling that in tight. And then I'm just going to crease that, and then fold that upward and tape it. For this one, I usually do make a piece of tape that's the length of this portion for smaller gifts anyway, because I want to make sure both these corners are secured to the paper so that they don't accidentally catch on something when you're traveling. So there you have a nice end of the gift, and the gift will actually go this way. And if you want, you can also run your fingers along the side, kind of pinching to make a nice crease. If your paper is a kind that does, this one doesn't really crease too much. It's a little of a thicker paper. But I'm going to continue on the other side really quick. Okay, so there you have the wrapped box. So next I'm going to add some ribbon. So I have this kind of reddish ribbon with some silver. I'm going to do kind of the traditional cross ribbon look. So I'm gonna unwind some of the ribbon so I have lots to work with. And I'm gonna do a quick measure. So basically you wrap it around the front, twist it like so in the back, and then bring it back to the front here. So I definitely need probably a good chunk more. So I'm gonna cut the ribbon off right here. I'm gonna go like this, holding the ribbon, bringing it around the gift. Going to twist it like that, and then bring it back over the gift. So then I'm gonna pull this nice and tight, and I'm gonna make a bow. And I'm just tying kind of a regular, what do I wanna call it, shoelace style bow. Okay, and I'm just gonna prune this one just a little bit shorter to match the other. And then finally, I'm just going to add a tag. And then I think I'm gonna have the tag just kind of right over in here. So I'm gonna prune these a little bit shorter, just so that they're not sticking out. And then I'm gonna secure the tag with a very small piece of tape. You could tie these onto the gift, but I usually use tape just so that there aren't extra ribbon ends kind of sticking out. And if you like, you can add different embellishments to the gift, like some artificial pine floral, or if it's very close to Christmas, you could actually even add some real pine floral and just basically lift up your kind of ribbon. Let's see, which side? Yeah. So just lift up your ribbon and tuck it underneath. There you have a very, very simple